We all know the routine.
Well, let's go then. Let's pull the fight forward.
Two fighters sit down, brag about their abilities.
This man will be completely outboxed.
Predict the outcome of the fight.
I'm gonna KO you inside 1 round.
And insult each other.
And I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
Okay, all right.
Trash talking is an accepted part of the pre-fight package, even if it can sometimes go too far. And in extreme cases, jeopardise careers. But it also plays an important part in the bout itself and can yield both great rewards and risks for a fighter. When it comes to verbal warfare, one man is never far from the mind.
Only last week, I murdered a rock.
In 1964, Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, as he was about to be known to the world, openly mocked the supposedly unbeatable heavyweight champion Sonny Liston in the lead up to their title fight.
He might be great, but he'll fall in 8th.
Ali went as far as parking a rented bus on Liston's lawn, bellowing out challenges at 3 a.m. The Louisville Lip had enraged the champion, but this is exactly what Ali wanted, to unsettle Liston and take his mind off his game plan. Ali won the fight by technical knockout in one of boxing's biggest shocks. 10 years later, Ali bested another intimidating champion, George Foreman, in the legendary Rumble in the Jungle. Before the fight, Ali told the world he was going to dance and evade his bigger and stronger opponent. But instead, Ali used his now famous rope-a-dope strategy, luring Foreman in and letting him punch himself out. Ali won by knockout. But can trash talk go wrong? Well, trash talk can emotionally unsettle an opponent and mislead them tactically, but it can also give them unintended motivation. For instance, Ali's crude personal taunting of Joe Frazier before the 1975 Thriller in Manila fueled Frazier's determination to shut his long-term rival up for good.
It's going to be a thriller and a chiller and a killer when I get the gorilla in Manila.
Though Ali emerged the victor, collapsing on his stool just seconds after Frazier's corner had pulled their man out, his tactics had nearly backfired. Trash talk is also prone to diminishing returns. George Groves relentlessly teased and agitated Carl Froch, almost causing a huge upset in their 2013 encounter. However, Groves' intentionally obnoxious provocations couldn't make the same impact twice, with a wiser, well-motivated Froch winning the rematch by decisive knockout.
What are you doing? We can all pull about a little bit. Try to pull about, have a little pull and a push.
Trash talk breeds confidence and overconfidence. Talking trash isn't just about affecting one's adversary. It also gives a fighter belief by emphasising their skill and talent, while diminishing the imagined threat of an opponent. Prince Naseem Hamed was a master provocateur, brashly confident and openly scornful. He made increasingly flashy entrances, culminating with his trademark somersault. Before their 1995 title fight, Hamed offered champion Steve Robinson a winner-takes-all wager. When Robinson declined, Hamed had already landed a significant pre-fight blow. He won the WBO title with an 8th-round stoppage. But by 2001, Hamed was returning from a 7-month injury layoff. He was offered a large purse to fight Marco Antonio Barrera in Las Vegas, and Hamed accepted.
Do you ever think that you're too confident?
No, not so.
His tongue was still sharp, the build-up dominated by his put-downs and narcissistic preening, as unimpressed trainer Emmanuel Stewart looked on. Come fight night, the Prince failed to perform his trademark somersault for the first time in his career.
Not happy with those gloves and abandons it.
Barrera won by unanimous decision in a dominant display. Naseem would later admit that he shouldn't have fought Barrera until he was fully recovered. But fighters can become at once trapped and deluded by their own self-image. The hype game. The most tangible benefit of trash talk is hype.
Well, what's the point of insulting each other? That's right. The garden is sold out, that's why.
Audiences are drawn to strong rivalries and are even willing to tune in just to see a cocky fighter get their trap shut. Professional wrestling is entirely based on this premise, pitting good guys against trash-talking bad guys and running scripted storylines for months in the build-up to their big match. But away from WWE, when hype goes too far, it can have an adverse effect. Derek Chisora's table-throwing antics before his showdown with Dylan White excited some, but cost him his shot at the British title and caused many to dismiss him as merely crazy. Taking its cues from professional wrestling, mixed martial arts promotion UFC is exceptionally skillful at hyping fights. But the UFC has been guilty of indulging its biggest star, Conor McGregor.
Shut your mouth.
Especially after McGregor was sentenced to community service for throwing a steel railing at a coach carrying rival Khabib Nurmagomedov. Conor was widely condemned, including by UFC President Dana White. Yet somehow footage of the incident was used in the promo package to hype Conor and Khabib's fight. And so, the biggest grossing fight in UFC history made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Trash talk is here to stay. Trash talk is present in most sports. It can even be credited with winning a World Cup. But it's the fight game where it will always be most palpable. Not every fighter engages in a war of words, but even the quietest fighter has to contend with trash talk from opponents and must find a way to negate it. For example, the cool and composed Lennox Lewis was able to laugh off Mike Tyson's threat to eat his children, pointing out that he didn't have children, before calmly dismantling Tyson inside 8 rounds. Whether it's showboating or shameful, puerile or poetry, trash talk is and will remain an integral part of professional fighting. It's an invaluable promotional tool that also risks contempt from the public and a powerful weapon that can distract your opponent or make them twice as strong. In a sport where every move comes with the potential for a devastating counter, the double-edged nature of trash talk is most fitting.